Hello people, and in today's video I'm going to be doing my first ever chess, analyze game here. I am playing as the white pieces, and my opponent is playing as the dark pieces, right? And I feel like this game is very special, as it presents a very interesting move during this game, right? So, yeah, without further ado, let's start the analyzation. I immediately start to take control of the middle by just moving up my pieces. I don't really do a queen's gambit or anything like that. Nothing. I'm not super trying that hard. He puts me in check. I defend with my knight. I could have also defended with my bishop, but I choose the knight. He pushes up his knight there. I put pressure on his bishop. Standard stuff. He drops his bishop by 1. Continue to put pressure on there. Good move on him. I put pressure on that and put pressure on his bishop and in the center of the board. He reinforces his center. I decide to take his bishop, and the reason I did this is because now all he has is a light square bishop. That bishop has to stay on light pieces no matter what. Now obviously he has a free kill on my knight, but I got the bishop, so I do not care. I move up my bishop, putting pressure and developing pieces. He comes across, putting pressure on my queen. I proceed to come across, putting pressure on his knight and on his king, putting him in check. He does a truly smart move here. Excuse me. And I gotta give him credit. As he moves back his knight, both protecting his knight from being captured by my queen and protecting the check. Really, really small move. He brings up his knight right here. I bring up my knight. And after that, I drop it out. Now, you might be wondering why I brought down my knight. This was actually so I could safely castle without his bishop taking my rook. I castle, now my knight is pinned there, right? So he brings it down. I move away my rook, both being able to, hopefully in future conflicts, control this middle lane with his king on it. And yeah, I'm ready for the pawn war as well. Now he starts the pawn war, and take this into note, most of the times when you start a pawn war, you're the one that's gonna lose, okay? But that's not always the case. Don't take that seriously, like, all the time. I obviously take that, right? He takes that. I take that. I have complete control of the center now, with him not really having much of a proximity control in here, other than that bishop right there, which is protected by his knight, so I can't, it's kind of like isolated. He moves up his queen on a last-ditch effort to control that lane. I bring up my knight, putting pressure on his knight, also being able to come across here, right? That also gives me an opportunity to go there, and then what I saw was here, like, splitting up his pieces, putting him in check, forcing him to move, and then I take a look and I profit, right? However, what was I gonna say? I don't know, I'm sorry. So, I do realize that he could take it, right? And I also, by doing that, I also protect the middle lane in here in this conflict. He brings up his rook. I think this is because he saw this little opportunity I could have had, but I'm not entirely sure. So I bring across my knight, right, putting pressure on his queen and on his knight, right, and also on his pawn, but it's not that important. Well, is it? So he moves across his queen 1 square though, right? Nothing really special about that, but I want you to take a few minutes, even pause the video, try to figure out what move I do here. Don't look at the side screen to see. because it was actually something that, yeah, is really, really crazy, I guess you could say, that happens here. So, yeah, just take a few minutes to look at the play. Pause the video, like I said. Right now he has 2 pawns and a knight. I have 2 pawns and a rook. Not a rook, a bishop. So we're even. So, congratulations to the ones who figured this out here, right? Is that you can actually sacrifice your bishop, and obviously he takes, right? No harm in that, right? Well, this is one of the weirdest splits I've ever seen before, right? Splits that, and most importantly, that. Now, I've never seen a split where your queen side by side like this, with your king, is in danger. I've never seen it, and I'm serious. So yeah, at this point, his queen is protected by his knight, but he still decides to bring up his king. I take his queen, obviously. He takes it with his king. I think it would have been smarter to take with his knight, but putting his knight into play here, but he probably didn't see it. Now, next up, he had my little bishop move right here, taking out his rook. Now I am plus 10. Yeah, he does have an extra knight on me, but that is a-okay. And you might be wondering, hey, why did he decide it? Why didn't he move this back, right? Well, think about it. If you were to move this piece back to here, right, I take that, he take that. Right, it's not really much of a difference than before, and this is now isolated. So, yeah, he takes that out of angle, I think, pretty much. I take that. He doesn't even decide to take at this point, he pretty much gave up on the game, which is unfortunate to see. I take out his knight, I control the 2 spaces to heal, and I kind of abandon the middle, as I was in so much power by now, that his king goes straight into the middle, which I don't understand. Like I said, I think he gave up, forcing a cross. Of course, I did put him in check, which also gives that glorious spot right there. As I've said before, well, I haven't said this before, but you'll hear me say this many times, that rook lanes can be the deciding factor on who wins games. You look at it here, right? I quickly analyze what kind of moves he has left. That protects that lane protects all of that, right? Right now, the only move that he has left is this move. As he can't take my pawn because it's protected though. So, as you can see, trying to predict, like, what the winning move for me is here. Most of you guys should be able to see this, but you may not. So, give it a few seconds, pause the video if you must, and take a look. So, congratulations to the ones who got this. You were really good. If you did not get this, you'll probably get it at some point if you just continue to practice chess, right? And I also was looking at this for a minute myself and realized that the king can't even go there, and my pawn protects it. So, yeah, I'm a bit of a dumbass, but yeah, So, yes, f/6 is the game winner right there. Now, just say, hypothetically, right, that he was somehow able to get himself out of here. I could just simply take his rook, take his pawn, and there's not much he can really do after that. But yeah, he was kind of a sitting duck right here. He had no moves. So yeah, enjoy. I hope you enjoyed this video. This was my first ever chess analyzation. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye, have a nice day.